Apple's biggest event of the year, their September event, is now official. This is the invite with the tagline, "It's Glow Time," and it is happening next Monday on September 9th. Here are the 7 main announcements to expect. Speaking of things to expect, we've got some stunning new packs launching in September for our app wallpapers, with our first one being Striving Silhouettes by Splashing. It features 10 unique 8K designs of characters experiencing sunsets, my favorites being the biker, the hiker, the samurai, and the man with a dog, which everyone gets for free. Simply search for wallpapers in the App Store and Play Store or use the links below to download it for free. The first thing to expect, and this is by far the biggest announcement, is of course the iPhone 16 itself. So, what's changing with the iPhone 16? Well, here's a quick recap. To start, the camera orientation will now be changed from a diagonal orientation to a vertical one, allowing us to shoot spatial video for the Apple Vision Pro. There will also be some brand new colors such as silver, black, blue, green, and pink, with the 3C color variant being far more vibrant than they were on the iPhone 15s, something that I am very happy to see. On top of this, we're also getting the customizable action button from the iPhone 15 Pros on the standard iPhone 16 models too, as well as a new capture button that will be a dedicated button for launching the camera and for taking photos and videos. It is also said to support gestures for zooming in and out, but probably the biggest change coming to the standard models will be the A18 chip with 8 GB of RAM, up from 6, which will allow for Apple Intelligence on the base models too. Aside from this, the ultra wide module may support macro, according to some recent rumors, something that the Pro models have had since the iPhone 13 Pros. The battery size will be getting bigger on the iPhone 16 by 5%. However, on the 16 Plus, it will actually be getting smaller by 9%. So, there you go. That's pretty much everything in a nutshell regarding the iPhone 16s. Now, the Pro models are getting a couple more changes, the biggest one being their size. Both the 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max are getting bigger. We even got some dummy units so you can see the differences. The 16 Pro now has a 6.3-inch display, up from 6.1 inches, whereas the 16 Pro Max now has a 6.9-inch display, up from 6.7 inches. I think the size increase on the 16 Pro is actually really good. A 6.3-inch display is still compact yet large enough for you to be able to enjoy content. The 16 Pro Max does feel quite big. Aside from this, the Pro models are also getting that capture button, which I'm really looking forward to, as well as some new colors. Will have silver, black, a new titanium gray that is said to be darker than the current version, and a new gold that may look more brown than gold, at least according to the leaked dummy units. The Pro models are said to be getting some bigger camera changes than the iPhone 16s. For example, the 16 Pro Max is likely to get a larger main sensor, possibly close to 1 inch in size, as well as a new 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, while the Pro will get the 48 megapixel ultra wide camera as well and the same 5x telephoto as the Pro Max, although it will not get the larger main camera sensor. The 16 Pros will also come with the A18 Pro chip, as opposed to the A18 inside the iPhone 16s, which will be a more powerful version of the A18, possibly with more GPU cores. Additionally, we are also said to be getting Wi-Fi 7 on the 16 Pros only, with possibly up to 40 gigabits per second speeds, up from 5.4 gigabits per second. So that's a significant improvement if you've also got a compatible router. The batteries are also getting bigger by 2.5% on the 16 Pro and by 5% on the Pro Max. However, unlike the iPhone 16s, the charging speeds are also said to be getting faster. Aside from the new iPhone 16 models, we are also expecting to see the new Apple Watch Series 10. The initial reports by Mark Gurman were pointing towards this being the biggest change that the Apple Watch has ever received to mark its 10-year anniversary. With a brand new design, one that is also much thinner than now, and with a completely new band mounting mechanism that uses magnets. However, this does not seem to be happening anymore. Lucio, latest rumors are pointing towards this being pushed to next year instead. This year, we are simply said to be getting larger versions of the existing design based on the leaked CAD models from June. The 41mm model is now set to become a 45mm, while the 45mm is now set to become a 49mm, both still being thinner than the current designs. But yeah, the size increase is likely to be the main and possibly the only notable change for the Apple Watch Series 10. There are no new health sensors. We may get a new chip with a larger neural engine, although, given that Apple only updated their chip for the first time in 4 years last year, which brings me to the fourth new product, which is the Apple Watch Ultra 3. And here's the thing, we haven't had any leaks on it whatsoever. So I'm not expecting any major changes here at all. In fact, the only thing that we know about it is from Ming Chi Kuo, who said the Ultra 3 will have almost no hardware upgrades compared to the Ultra 2. So, at best, I'm expecting a new color. That black titanium version that was rumored to launch with the Ultra 2 but never did, and also one that was being tested on the Ultra 1 as a prototype. I would also love to see Apple introduce a new category of bands for the Ultra. Right now, we've got the Trail Loop, the Alpine Loop, and the Ocean Band. I would love to see a fourth type just for the sake of variety, which brings me to the fifth product to expect at the event, the AirPods 4. Unlike the Apple Watch, the new AirPods will actually come with some significant changes. First off, we are getting two new AirPods models, a new base model that will replace the current second gen AirPods, and a new mid tier model that would replace the AirPods 3. Both models are set to look very similar and almost identical to the AirPods Pro, the only difference being the lack of those silicone ear tips that we have on the Pro models. Okay, so what would be the difference between these two new AirPods models? Well, the mid tier variant will reportedly feature noise cancelling, which I find quite odd to include when you don't have that perfect seal that the silicone ear tips can provide, so it won't be as good as on the AirPods Pro. But I do expect it to make some difference compared to the base model, which will lack noise cancelling entirely. Finally, we may also see a brand new 7th generation iPad mini. It's already been 3 years since the iPad mini was last updated, in September of 2021. The main change here is expected to be a new chip, which would either be the A18 or the A17 Pro, allowing for Apple Intelligence features. So, which one of these 7 products are you looking forward to the most? And don't forget to check out our latest wallpapers packs by using the links below. Stay tuned for our final iPhone 16 leaks and rumors video. Cheers.